Is this thing on? Hey gang, and welcome to another episode of The Jace Perspective. I'm your host, Terrible Ass Jace. Okay, sidebar, as we all know, please don't take anything that I say seriously, as I don't even take anything that I say seriously. It's all jokes. On my side of the internet, we having fun. It's a good time. All right? Okay, and of course, I told you guys before some things is happening. New background. Hey, okay, so let's go ahead and just jump right into the show, all right? So, on August the 12th, Tracee Ellis Ross set the Twitter sphere aflame with a picture that many people considered thirst trapping. She had on some dressy pants, and boom, her upper torso was uncovered except for a strategically placed or covered nipple or two. We see the bottom of the titty meat. We see the curvature of the waist. She's looking very good. Very sexy, Miss Ross. Very sexy. Now, Tracee in the past, if you guys follow her on social media, I don't follow her socials, but I love looking at her on Pinterest. I think her style is amazing. I just happen to really love and adore Tracee Ellis Ross. And besides, she's the daughter of the great Diana Ross. What can you say bad about Tracee Ellis? Okay. All right. So in the past, she has been shown to be a little bit, she loves her body. She works out. She is in phenomenal, amazing shape. Okay. She's an advocate for being fit over 50. And we all know Tracee looks good. She hits the gym and she showcases to make sure that the people know that she is putting forth that good work. Okay. She's worked her ass off and she wants to show it. Okay. Now, many are saying things like, well, why do we want to see a 51-year-old woman half naked on the internet? Or why is she thirst trapping? I thought she was happy having no kids, no man, blah, blah, blah. You know, because Tracee, she's not married. She has no children. And she has said very proudly that she's happy and she's good. And she doesn't need the trappings of the relationship world. And it's a lot of people that do that. Not a problem. Okay. Relationships are not for everybody. So, you know, people on the internet complaining, a lot of hate and heat toward Miss Tracee Ellis Ross. Now, I will not lie. On my Twitter, I did post the question, and it was just a question because I was wondering. I did post a question on why now, because Tracee is 51, okay? And she's been in the industry for quite some time. Girlfriends was a very popular show that she did, and she looked amazing even then. Okay. So my question was, why now? Why are we thirst trapping now? Now, thirst trapping means to grab attention, to garner attention. Okay. So, you know, again, why at 51 as opposed to when she was in the Girlfriends era or when she was a lot younger. Okay. Now, yes, she looks good. And she is grown. Tracee Ellis Ross can do whatever the hell that she likes, as any grown person can, okay? But she's Tracee Ellis Ross. She's the daughter, again, of Diana Ross. She is in the family of the greats. So I feel like Tracee Ellis Ross. You don't need to be out here thirst trapping. Your name in your face, and Girlfriend has a type of figure where in her regular clothes, you can see that she's hot and popping. Well, you don't need to do it. But you know, hey, look, you're grown. It's your phone, your internet, your socials. Do what you do. But it's like, I mean, you know, she could post butt naked for all I care, okay? But it's just like, I just find it odd that at this age, she is choosing to chase and garner a certain kind of attention. And when I say a certain kind of attention, y'all know what I mean, okay? And for those who acting slow in the back, the kind of attention that the titty meat gets and that big old round booties gets. That is, when you post those kind of pictures that show little titty meat on the bottom, even if there's no nipple, but you got the round titty meat hanging out and you got your snatched waist looking very curvy. And then you got your butt, your hips and your butt, and it sticks out, and you posing these kind of pictures that are showing these certain kind of curves. What kind of attention, you know, are we going to get? Say it with me now. Sexual attention. Okay, because ain't no man gonna ask you to go to the book club with his ass and you got pictures with your titty meat and the curvature of your booty hanging out. Do you want to know what he wants to do? He wants to suck on them titties and he wants to bend that ass over and, do all kind of things to you. And Tracee looks good. Like I said, she putting these 20 and 30 somethings to total and utter shame. So I get it. But, and I'm not hating on Tracee Ellis Ross. Girl, do it. You look good. Okay. But I'm just saying, at 51, why we doing it at 51? Why we didn't do it when it was girlfriends? But, do what you do. Go Tracee. Now, we going to flip the coin. We going to flip the other side of the coin. And that is when men thirst trap as well. We sitting over here slamming the celebrity aunties and all these other women for thirst trapping. It ain't just the ladies that's thirst trapping. It's the men too. Men thirst trap as well. Absolutely. Y'all be thirst trapping, okay? Now, a tweet went out earlier today and it said, Dr. Dre announces he will try out to represent the USA in archery at the 2028 LA Olympics. Now, is that true? We don't know. Okay. The internet, you can't trust people on the internet. The internet is full of lies and full of people who lie. So that could have been a real tweet. It may not have been a real tweet. But in the picture, the person that posted this tweet, whether real or fake, basically had Dr. Dre in the same pose as Tracee Ellis Ross. Shirt is pulled up. Peck is out. I even see a nipple. I didn't see a nipple on Tracee's. See a nipple on Dr. Dre's. Okay. It's pulled up over his shirt is pulled up over his stomach, exposing his chest and his abs. Okay. Now, for a man to post an uncovered portion of his body, and it looks good, it's well maintained, it's fit, it's all of the things. It's the same thing as when a woman posts the thirst traps. And the same way, okay, when men see an exposed body and they get to thinking the sexual thoughts, well, guess what? Oh, clutch your pearls. Because who'd have thunk it? Women do the same thing too. Dun, dun, dun. When we see a nice body on a man, we too think sexual thoughts. We ain't thinking about inviting him over and decorating the house for Christmas and Easter. No, we want to do some things. We want to sop you up with a biscuit. Okay? So, unless you've been living underneath a rock, when women see attractive men and they see the body that they're attracted to, sexual thoughts go through the woman's head as well. That's why men post the traps as well, the thirst traps. The men that work out and y'all be doing, y'all know them thirst traps that the men be doing. So my thing is this. Why is it that Tracee gets the heat and Dr. Dre does not? Same exact pose. Same sort of, when I tell you if this could be an identical picture, it would be. They both have on regular pants. Not like she got a coochie hanging out. Not like she got a booty hanging out. She just got her hands placed over both her nipples and the titty meat is hanging out. And then you got Dr. Dre with his shirt pulled all the way up and I see peck and nipple. So if we're going to talk technicalities, Dr. Dre is showing a little bit more. He's showing them abs. You see her abs. You see bottom of the titty meat. You see his peck, his nipple. He's exposing more if we're going to be technical. Okay. So, I get it. Double standards. Gotta love it. But on Jason's side of the internet, everybody gets it. Okay. And Dr. Dre, you're going to get the same response as all these other celebrity aunties that is exposing their bodies and receiving hate from the social medias. And that is Uncle Andre. Put them 59-year-old pectorals and abdominals away. Thank you. We the people appreciate you. Okay. On August the 8th of 2024, Skai Jackson of Disney fame was arrested for domestic battery after a public fight with her boyfriend at Universal Studios in Los Angeles. And the article from usmagazine.com says, Skai Jackson arrested for domestic battery after alleged fight with boyfriend. Skai Jackson was arrested for alleged domestic battery after having a fight with her boyfriend at Universal Studios in LA, US Weekly can confirm. Jackson, 22, was arrested on Thursday, August 8th, when authorities were called to the City Walk area of the theme park after she and her boyfriend were spotted arguing. TMZ was the first to report the news on Tuesday, August 13th. According to the outlet, Jackson allegedly pushed her partner, who has not been identified, more than once. Security reportedly detained the couple until law enforcement arrived, at which point Jackson was arrested for misdemeanor domestic battery. She was cited and released on $20,000 bail a few hours later. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office will review the case and determine if charges were warranted. Per TMZ, Jackson and her boyfriend denied that anything got physical between them, and she told authorities that they are engaged and currently expecting a baby. Jackson played Zori Ross on Jessie from 2011 to 2015 and reprised the role of spin-off Bunked from 2015 to 2018. So she's a Disney darling. She's a Disney baby. And if you look at Miss Skai Jackson, she has one of the sweetest, little prettiest, little tiniest, delicatest faces. What's the saying? You cannot judge a book by its cover. Now, Skai Jackson, you could look sweet as pie and be rotten and as sour as the sourest apples. Okay? Rotten, sour apples. Now, Skai Jackson and boyfriend claim to be happily engaged and expecting a baby together, despite domestic battery allegations. So I'm going to keep this real short and sweet, because I know this is a very touchy subject, okay? DV is not fun. It's not games. It's not anything to fuck with, okay? We don't know this woman's personal life. We don't know her in person. We don't know how she is or who she is as a person. We don't know if she has watched her mother lay hands on the father. You know what I'm saying? In serious situations, we don't know. Hold on. These screens keep popping up. Why do these screens keep popping up? I apologize, y'all. But yeah, we don't know how her family life is. We don't know if she watched her mother get handsy with dad. We don't know if dad got handsy with mom. We do not know by any means. I'm not here to say I know. I'm not here to try to say, well, I heard. None of that, okay? And I'm not going to say anything derogatory about Skai with this pushing her boyfriend situation, okay? But for me, if a woman is comfortable while pregnant, if a woman is comfortable pushing her man, imagine what she's comfortable doing when she is not pregnant. When she's not pregnant, what are the lengths that Skai Jackson is doing? We don't know. We're not in her personal, you know what I'm saying? But how aggressive does she get? Like I said, to look at her, you would be like, oh my gosh, she looks like a living baby doll. Little cute, petite, tiny little. We don't know. Okay. So, you know, she may have taken an item or two to her boyfriend's head. Okay. And maybe it's a situation where he's conditioned to not hit back because he's been conditioned. I don't hit women because it's wrong, because she is a woman, blah, blah, blah. If that's what they do, that is on them. If they like it, I absolutely love it, okay? All I'm saying is if Miss Skai is abusive toward him, and yes, women can be just as abusive as men abuse emotionally, physically, and mentally. That is a thing. It is not just men out here popping a motherfucker upside their head, berating them, making them feel like complete and utter shit. Absolutely not. You have some women out here that's doing the damn thing in that, okay? All I'm saying is, I hope if that is the case, I hope homie gets his life together and realizes his worth as a man. No one deserves to be in that kind of relationship, in a domestic violence relationship, period. Whether it is the woman getting battered by the man and abused, or if it is the man being battered and abused by the woman. And like I said, abuse is not always physical. It can be emotional and mental as well. Okay. I just hope he walks away from her before it becomes too late. If this is the case, again, like I said, I don't know her personally. I'm not trying to say I know them, and I'm just saying, if this is the case, I hope that he has the respect for himself to walk away from this, because it can get very ugly and dangerous. Okay. I have a son, and I have taught him that no, we don't go around just hitting women. We don't go around just popping a bitch in the face and mushing and punching, and we don't do that. But if a bitch feel like she want to put her hands on my son, he just may have to make her think twice before she decides to execute a second time, cause you ain't gonna be handsy just cause you a girl or a woman and you feel you can, cause the law is on your side. Hilarious. Take that how you wanna. Keep your hands to your fucking selves, boys and girls. Okay. Tom Cruise was on the social media timelines recently for his majestic ending to the 2024 Olympics. That was a laugh stuck in my throat. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still chuckling. God, Jesus. Mr. Mission Impossible himself stood glowing at the top of the France National Stadium called the Stade de France that the 2024 Olympics were housed in. Now, as the aerial view showed him looking up and smiling widely, okay, he nonchalantly just stepped off the off the ledge and bungeed gently down while working a leg lever that he had. I guess it was to control the speed. But if any of you saw it or watched the playback, he had this little lever and he was going like this, and it helped him come down very slowly and gracefully. There were no incidences. Okay. Very impressive to say the least, because I know I couldn't do it. I'd have died in mid-drop. They were like, she is dead. Pull her ass up off of the rope and put her in the bag because she's gone. All right, I just would have died in mid-flight. So there was a second reason why Tom Cruise was trending on social media. And this was due to a picture that was taken of Tom Cruise, where he looked all askew and very un-Tom Cruise-like, because we all know that Tom Cruise stays pristine. People have even, not accused, but jokingly said, like, is this man taking the fountain of youth? He's so youthful looking, my goodness, okay? And the question was, what happened to Tom Cruise? I tell you what happened to Tom Cruise. Scientology happened to Tom Cruise, okay? Now, Scientology. If any of let me go ahead and say this before I go on my rants. Anyone that is a Scientologist, you may want to click off now, because I am what is that person y'all call? I'm one of them offensive persons. It's a name y'all call the persons that don't agree with what the hell y'all got going on. But Scientology is a horrid cult-like religion that demands unheard of expectations from their followers. Not sure if y'all know this or not, but Scientology was founded by L. Ron Hubbard, well-known and world-renowned science fiction writer from the 50s, or should I say an evil science fiction writing genius. L. Ron Hubbard said to himself one day, he said, you know what, I'm going to make me an alien guy named Xenu, and I'm going to fool all the millions of people to believe in him because they already love my books. So they going to believe me and my Scientology bullshit and my god named Xenu or Zemu, but I think it's more Xenu. I heard the name more Xenu than Zemu, but Xenu, Xenu. And he said, I'm going to get millions of people to believe in my alien god Xenu and spend these millions of dollars. Okay, and y'all gonna pay this over a whole life, over your lifetime, and it's gonna be you and your family, and we gonna have you ostracize yourself from your family if they don't agree with you, and we gonna have you stick your children. You're gonna give up the children. You're gonna sign this contract to say the children are no longer mine, and you're gonna stick them on these little boats that they use as schools, and they just gonna make these children's lives horrible while the parents is just being brainwashed. Okay, and anybody that tries to speak common sense to the Scientologists, you're going to push them out, you're going to ostracize them, and you're going to report them. Okay. But yeah, anybody that tries to speak common sense into these people, we not going to allow that. Because we all know that common sense don't make me no damn money. And guess what? It worked. Okay. It worked because, and I read from Wikipedia, the Church of Scientology. Let's see how many people believe this mess. The Church of Scientology doesn't release precise numbers, but it has claimed to have millions of members worldwide. In 2023, the church said it touches millions of lives daily in 167 countries and 11,000 locations. The organization has said that it has anywhere from 8 million to 15 million members worldwide. That's a lot of crazy, foolish people. Okay. But now, L. Ron Hubbard is dead. And so now all the money is going to the little troll, David Miscavige. Okay. And by the way, David, where is Shelley? We the people, we still want to know. We ain't forgot about Shelley. Where's Shelley at? We still looking for her. Where is Shelley? Is she deleted? By the way, y'all, Shelley is David Miscavige's wife, who mysteriously disappeared over 15 years ago, who, by the way, has never been found, seen, heard from, or has had a case opened up to look for her. So yeah, y'all, don't sit here and think that Tom Cruise is out here living his best life. When we don't see Tom Cruise on a film set, he is on a talk show set talking about the film that he's doing. But we don't ever see Tom Cruise doing, think about it. Think about it. When have you seen Tom Cruise on a vacation? When have you seen Tom Cruise just out and about living life? Now, you may have seen a picture here and there sprinkled throughout the years, but you think about all the other celebrities. You don't see. Tom Cruise has been divorced from Katie for years. I'm quite sure he has a new woman. Why we don't ever, how like when somebody break up and you see them and they like Ben Affleck and Kanye and think about this celebrity men out here when they break up with wives or girlfriends long term and they'll be out and about. You never see that with Tom Cruise ever. Okay. Why? Because this nigga is probably in a closet somewhere doing the mandatory reading that they got to do. It is mandatory. Scientologist is not living. You are not living the life. You are dedicating your life to Xenu. Okay. And you doing your little mandatory test when you hold the little cans in your hand, the little e-meter. And then be doing like those tests I heard is like 8 hours. And I watched a lot of stuff on Scientology documentaries, the show that Leah Remini did. Okay. Yeah. So no, you've never seen Tom Cruise living a regular, happy, normal life. When you see him every so often, privacy, my ass, it's called Scientology. Okay. Scientologists are slaves to Xenu, David Miscavige, and their very questionable beliefs. Okay. Trust me, Leah Remini wasn't lying. And just like that, I'm out. I'm going to see you guys next time. Bye.